Hello, welcome to another episode of Commander Fodder. So we're on to Darksteel, and as usual, I hopped onto MTGen, generated 6 virtual packs or a card pool comprised of 6 virtual packs of Darksteel, and then looked at the rares and went from there. So it's an artifact set, so you won't be surprised to hear that there was quite a number of artifact rares. So I thought, well, this is a great opportunity to build a commander deck which has, is all, well, not all artifacts, but just has a no colour in the colour identity. And so there were 3 cards, 3 rares actually, which fall into that category. So the deck's going to be a little bit on the weird side, or, well, see where the algorithm takes us. So we had Blinkmoth Nexus in there. So tap, add 1 colourless mana pool. 1 Blinkmoth Nexus becomes a 1/1 Blinkmoth artifact creature with flying until end of turn. It's still a land. Now, of course, because there's only a single copy of this, well, actually, that's not true, isn't it? We could put an Ink Moth in here if it comes up. I think that's right. Which is also, I can't remember if that's a Blinkmoth as well. But anyway, so my point is, with just this in the deck, because it's 1 and tap to target Blinkmoth to get 1/1, we won't have any other Blinkmoths to leverage. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what gets suggested. But it's really just in there to generate colourless mana and, well, to turn it into a 1/1. Yeah. Now, the other point is, with this, you'll see I've got a load of wastes here, because before the advent of wastes, the set that was in, if you wanted to build a colourless EDH deck, then you had to leverage lands which had no colour identity in them. So basically, there's a lot of utility lands and other things which produce colourless mana, but have no coloured activation cost, or don't produce any coloured activation cost, or are worded in such a way that could be included in the deck and wouldn't fall foul of a colour identity rule. Also in the rules was this Eater of Day, so it's 4 colourless for a 9/8. There's got to be a downside. It's got Flying Trample, and when it comes into play, you skip the next 2 turns. It was there, so interesting to see what the algorithm does with it. And then we had a Sword of Fire and Ice, so 3 equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from red and from blue. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to player, Sword of Fire and Ice deals 2 damage to target creature or player, and you draw a card, equipped for 2. Now, of course, one thing we couldn't do, in the block, there is a command, an artifact, a legendary artifact creature, Bosch, but unfortunately has red in the activation cost, so it's actually got a colour identity. It's a red identity, so it can't be used. So I just went through, found a completely colourless creature, preferably an artifact creature, which is why we've chosen this one, and just decided to go with it and see again where the algorithm takes us. 8 to cast. It's a 7/5. Juggernauts you control attack each combat if able. Juggernauts you control can't be blocked by walls. Don't know whether that would be a thing, but anyway. Other creatures you control have base power and toughness 5/3 and are juggernauts in addition to other creature types, so I can play other creatures. What I could do, I suppose, is if there's any cards that might come up that make all of my opponent's creatures walls, which would be amusing. So always interesting to speculate as to where the algorithm takes us, but we'll go predominantly, I think, on this one with the algorithm. I could go through and search for certain cards, but the fun thing is just see where we end up. So let's get in here. And obviously what will probably happen is a lot of those wastes will get swapped out with cards like this. Oh, there's Inkmoth Nexus. So yeah, so the Blinkmoth, so yeah, it will be possible to do that. Also infect by doing that. So what I think I'll do first of all, should I just run all the sorts that are here? See, now after last week's where I was doing Act 3, do 3 and then redo the search, it actually worked out quite well. I said I wouldn't do it, and it's really, really tempting. I wonder if what I want to do is pull in some of these just thematically. I could do, I mean, it is, okay, let's just try this for the moment. So the swords and anything that turns into a creature as a first start, which is in keeping with the two types of cards I've got there. If we ignore that weird one that obviously has quite a big disadvantage. I should run that. And War Room would be cool in this deck. Was that one the earlier one? Hers is a workshop. Hers is Foundry. So I just want to... I should run Darksteel Citadel, seeing as it's in the set, I suppose. Soul Ring. Steel Overseer would be good. Factory, Mine, Tower, and Darksteel Forge. And we will run a command beacon. Let's just go back and tweak this because our land count's probably gone through the roof, relatively speaking. Okay. Yeah, 53 land. Okay, we need to just... And I was expecting this to happen. I just wanted to put the waste in there as a template sort of thing. $38 for the moment. Okay. Yeah, there's some mirror on there that generate a colourless mana, I believe, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them come up. Okay. Here we go. There it is. There's Mindstone, Foundry Inspector, Rogue's Passage. Let's run Thrun Dynamo. Slum. Also in the set. Chalice. Thought Vessel. Suppose I should protect my commander. Ooh, 13 artifacts. Okay, I'm going to have to be careful here. Let's just get this down a bit more. 38. Decent. Right, 5 creatures. Okay. I think I'm going to take a look at the creatures first, because I do have a lot of artifacts in here. What do I top out around? 9. Darksteel Forge. It's a nice idea. We'll see. Good thing is I don't really have to fix for any land here. I mean, fix for any colours. Okay. Let's have a look. See what's going on. As regards to creatures. Oh, of course there's, yeah. Nice. Right, let's chuck some creatures in here, shall we? Okay. Oh yeah, this chief is a foundry. Still Hellkite. Okay, start putting in some other other cards here. So we've got another, what, 19 slots there. Artifacts, creatures, right. Let's get our utility in here. So looks like that might be our Planeswalker. Some instance. Looks like fun. So does that. Right. 15 cards. Okay, let's start going through here. So enchantments. What do we got? Whenever you cast a colour scheme. It'd be interesting to play around within the deck. As would that. Anything else? Nope. Instance. Right. Desecrate Reality for Japan. I suppose so. Okay. So tight. I could target myself. I mean, excellent. That's the deck. It's a pretty heavy casting cost cards here, but 29 creatures, 6 instants, 3 planeswalkers, 8 sorceries, 38 land, and 14 artifacts. An enchantment, and a slightly weird mana curve, but we don't have to fix for any colours of mana. Yeah, sorcery wise, pretty high casting cost. Creatures aren't looking too bad, but this doesn't come out till turn 8, because the idea is you basically want the base power toughness on your creatures to be fairly low, because otherwise you're going to be dialing them back because of this. So yeah, there's a lot to. I mean, there's weird things like Eater of Days. Yeah. And there's a few here that are utility cards. Okay. Right, we will export this. And then just do a few test hands, I think. Right. Yeah, let's do that. So I was just trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to do, whether I wanted to fiddle with the land base, probably not. Okay, keep this. So come on, beacon, we got a oh cool, we got a soul ring. Awesome. Oh. So we'll be off to a good start with that. Actually, we could gain 2 life, and so what do we want to do? Get out command beacon, play a soul ring, 2 mana, play that out, search our library for a waste, move it to our hand, and we also gain life. There we go. 2 life. 2 lives. Okay. Right. Get our Foundry Inspector. Just check that. Creatures for each job you control. Okay. Cool. I'd probably want to hold on to that till I had a lot of mana and then make it really large. Well, actually saying that, yeah, I'd have to be a bit mindful, wouldn't I, of the commander. So any time before turn 8, or, well, we'll have got enough mana to cast that. But I suppose I could choose not to cast it. Anyway. Right. So if that goes out, it will be a 2/2 at the moment. So, and this, oh yeah, one less to cast, okay. Although it might, I think that can, because you, it's one less to cast. Interesting. Okay, living weapon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could cast that with counters on it. That out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I could cast that. Okay, we're doing, yeah, another waste. Darksteel Citadel. So I'm in position to cast this if I now feel so inclined. Let's just see what we've got. And then we got the swords. Cool. That's funny. Alright. That's what we got. Command beacon. Into signal pest. This is Foundry. Casting anything? Not really. What we got here? 6. Okay. So I'm not doing too well so, but I can swing with this, actually. Because of course, don't forget with this as well, this makes this a 5-3 and it's in play. Oh, looks like we got a little bit of a problem here. I suppose if I didn't want to discard anything, I could cast this just for the token. One, two. Oh, we got a waste. Could blow up. Oh, no. Okay. Slowly getting to a point where I can actually cast something. Yeah, so some of these become castable. Okay, good. Yeah, so I can slowly cast these out. Right, what else we got? Oh, yeah, the lower casting cost cards. That's funny. Okay. Waste. Okay. Mutavault into a Mirror Retriever. To Solemn. Search my library for basic lands. Does come into play tapped, though. Run Dynamo. Yeah. Okay. So I can play this if I want. And yeah. Let's keep going. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So interesting deck to play around with. I don't know if it's something that I'd ever play, but yeah, looks like a interesting concept to fiddle around. Obviously, there's other alternate commanders you could play in this spot. Yeah, it's quite high casting cost there, although some of the cards obviously reducing that cost. And there's probably a few cards in here that are more expensive that you could remove. The things that look like bumping it up are the land base, some of the sorceries, and definitely the artifacts. I suspect, yeah, a lot of the swords are pretty pricey. So, interesting though. Okay, thanks once again for watching. Bye for now, and I'll catch you in a future video.